My name is Larry Klayman, and I'm the founder, chairman, and general counsel of both Freedom Watch and America's Sheriff. I founded America's Sheriff with my partner, so to speak, America's toughest sheriff, Joe Arpaio, and many people believe that I'm America's toughest lawyer. There was a quote going back many years. Some of you may not remember it, but Barry Goldwater, a very famous conservative Republican, basically an icon of the American conservative movement, he ran for president against Lyndon Johnson, said something very, very poignant. Extremism in the defense of liberty is no vice, and moderation in the pursuit of justice is no virtue. That is exactly right. Now is the time, as Thomas Paine said, to try men's souls. It's not a time for summer soldiers and summer patriots. This is something that needs to be considered right now. Our country is disintegrating as we speak, and in particular, the massive crime wave that's been created by Democrat and other politicians who have defunded the police, disrespected the police, created a condition where police are being assaulted, they're being battered, they're being, in fact, killed in many instances. And we're seeing the effects of that. Massive crime throughout this country, even in Beverly Hills, California, where there have been 4 major robberies just in the last week or so, as well as a woman killed in her house, someone in the entertainment industry. The crime wave is now starting to gore the left. The left, basically, who are sissies, who run away from fights, unless they're doing it behind your back, where they'll stick a knife at you, and you won't even know it. The left now obviously understands what they have done. Still, they're not doing anything to reverse the tide. So it is time to support America's Sheriff. Go to americassheriff.org. We have lawsuits pending to protect the police. We're going to be educating people throughout the country. We're going to be taking strong action on behalf of citizens to make sure that we protect ourselves. And we're going to be offering an award to Kyle Rittenhouse, who exercised his right of self-defense, and someone who will be a poster child, whether he accepts the award or not, and I believe that he will, for self-defense and self-initiative. It is time that the American people stood up, because moderation in the face of tyranny is no virtue. I'm actually changing the quote a little bit, because we need to save this country. And it's coming apart at the seams. It's a 5-part plan by leftist, rabid Democrats, atheists, socialists, communists, radical Muslims, radicals of the Marxian Jewish left, radical LGBTQs, radical blacks, and others to destroy the country. Most people in these groups are decent people, but the radicals have taken total control of our lives, and crime is a major part of their plan. First, you use COVID-19 to take total control of the American people, a dictatorship. We've seen just this week what's happening in New York City, which has become a hellhole, that the Mayor de Blasio, Comrade de Blasio, has imposed mandatory vaccine mandates even on children that are 5 years old. That's just one example among many. Use the FBI and its Justice Department as a Gestapo to quell all dissent, not just with regard to peaceful protesters of January 6th, but also parents and others who will protest the total takeover of this country. Flood the nation with huge amounts of money, trillions of dollars, in fact, creating massive inflation and causing a situation where people don't want to work to destroy capitalism so the left can have its socialist communist hellhole. Destroying Judeo-Christian values, teaching homosexuality, transgenderism, and transsexualism in schools, telling kids that it's neat, that if you want to be a transgender or transsexual, you can get your operation for free in Obamacare and have fun. I'm not exaggerating. And last but not least, destroying the military. And we're seeing what's happening today with the conference, the Zoom call between Putin and Biden. God forbid, but Putin now undoubtedly will be emboldened to invade Ukraine. We will sit there twiddling our thumbs, and the rest of the world will follow suit, whether it's China, North Korea, Iran, or Venezuela, or you name it. But the bottom line is this. The crime wave is calculated. These smash and grab robberies, I believe, are organized probably by members of Black Lives Matter and other groups, other atheists, other socialists, other communists. They want to scare the people. They want to keep the people away from shopping malls and other places, even cafes, and that way they can destroy the economy as well. This is not random violence. And that's the importance of America's Sheriff. So go to americascheriff.org. America's toughest sheriff and America's toughest lawyer are there to defend you. But you must defend yourself. So arm up. Don't use weapons offensively, use them defensively. But if someone shoves a gun in your face, as they did with Kyle Rittenhouse, you just don't walk away. You take care of business. That's my message for today. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast. Until then, thank you for listening to me.